Hello, episode 30, LowerBitrate Podcast. It is June 17th, 2020.
Welcome, everybody.
Midlife crisis episode.
30-30. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm turning 30 this year. I'm not looking forward to it.
Being 30 is great.
Debatable. As usual, thank you for listening, especially if you got through last week's episode. I don't know if somebody yoinked that code, but it was for, what was it? Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight, a very good game.
Yeah, so check it out. It's on the YouTube video if someone hasn't yoinked it already. You want to tell them to do the important thing?
Yeah. Just another announcement. Please register to vote if you haven't. Make a difference this November, or if your state's about to vote in primaries ever again, do it.
Yeah, these boomers are talking about a vacation credit. What? Nobody got money to wipe their ass. Who the fuck is taking a vacation?
Hello? Good point.
Not everybody knows that they have to pay the unemployment back. The taxes. Hello? Oh, let's not get into it. How was your week?
My week was all right. I'm feeling better and better every day since my, chronic pain procedures. But yeah, just been playing lots of Animal Crossing, watching lots of Netflix. How about you? How was your week?
A lot of Netflix. I got a special thing in the mail. Well, lots of special things, but one special thing that I was kind of worried about. No Animal Crossing. Destiny 2? Whoa. We'll talk about that later. And not much, really. I mean, like, I'm playing a new game called Gunfire Reborn, which is like, think of a roguelike, but at FPS. It's really cheap too. It's like $12 or so. It's fun.
What platform are you playing it on?
Steam.
Okay.
I don't think it's out anywhere else. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's only on Steam for now, I think. It looks fun. I don't have any people to play with, but $12 on Steam. It's a roguelike RPG. And it has cats, so
I'll check it out.
It's a little sweaty. I've puckered up a few times.
Yeah. What's the perspective? Like, is it
First
like
person.
bird's eye view? Oh, first person. You said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested. For some reason, maybe the like bird's eye view triggers me from like the difficult Contra levels or something from when I was growing up. I don't know.
But like top down?
Yeah, not my favorite.
I prefer, some games I prefer. I don't like shooters like that. But like MOBAs or whatever. Sometimes. Like I wouldn't be able to play Path of Exile if it wasn't top down. If it was like kind of like third person, I think it'd be trash.
Yeah.
So the big thing I got this week is, I had to wait almost a month for this thing to come in from Apple. Okay. Say what you will. I was looking for a laptop. Let me grab it. Hold on. I was looking for a laptop, but I don't want a laptop that could actually do much, if that makes any sense. Because I wouldn't do anything on it because I'd be like, this is fucking garbage. I'm going to do it on my PC that's actually faster. I wanted something that's a little dumb. So me being impulsive, I bought the iPad Pro 13 or 12.9 inch or something like that. Got the cool pen, drawing dicks on everyone's faces and mustaches. But I didn't like it because it didn't feel like a computer, and I was have to like hold this big heavy shit in my hands. It was weak. So me being an absolute fucking moron, decided it would be a good idea to drop $380 on the Magic Keyboard.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I fucking love it. It turns the iPad, which is, I guess, not considered a computer, into a computer. Blew my
Mm-hmm.
fucking mind. It doesn't do a lot, but there are some apps or whatever. Me, I think I have ADD. I can't afford to go to a doctor. So I have like 3 apps that cover my shit. I have a calendar and a to-do list. And it's
Okay.
been very helpful. Very helpful. I don't think it's $1,500 plus helpful.
Yeah, that's steep.
It's the Apple tax though, right?
That's a heavy tax, though.
Yeah, $380 for this fucking keyboard case, not worth it. But I do like it because I mean I think I have a special use case where I don't want a laptop,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been cool. I mean, it's heavy as hell. Um, it does everything that the phone does. It has a keyboard and a little trackpad. It's a little weird to get used to, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you're checking it out, get the smaller one. Don't get the bigger one. The bigger one is too much. My little
I
mini review.
Yeah. This has been the Apple portion of the podcast.
Where's my money, Tim Cook?
Mhm.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Let's just get it out the way. I haven't played all week. Burnt. Done. It's in my
You
mind.
think you'll
I'm
return
done.
to it?
Eventually, yes, but for now, no. Friday, Path of Exile. We're looking at that. I can't. Just because you have to skip days, it drives me nuts. I can't.
Why don't you just play it as normal?
I am not waiting 24 hours so that I can move a house 3 inches. Oh no, no. Hell no. Because it's never perfect. Ever. Mm-mm.
Well, I hope you come back because I think it's still fun.
I burned through the game though. Like I did everything.
Yeah, but you were cheesing it.
How I got there, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Right. I mean, what's done is done, I suppose, but just take a break. I think you'll come back maybe for the next like event or big update at least.
Next big update, yes. But for these little things that I honestly don't care about,
Mm-hmm.
and you could always roll back and get the things that you want. But yeah, it's terraforming your island. You have to have like, you have to be invested into it. And as soon
Yeah.
as like the little things were pissing me off, like trying to put trees and there's no like tooltip on where it's supposed to go. So it'll be like,
Yeah.
you can't put this here. And then it'll be too close. It's just fucking annoying. It really is. Drives me up the wall. How stupid
Yeah.
how primitive and stupid some of the things are. Like crafting. I crafted, I want to say, maybe 300 fences
For what?
to put them all around.
Oh.
The little fences that you see.
Have you had KK Slider show up yet?
Yeah, a long time ago.
That's what I'm working towards. But what's your fences for? Like protecting flowers or something, or just trying to make like a cityscape?
You know, like a city thing. Like the whole idea was like a Tokyo / like New York type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it also annoys me that you can't rotate the houses.
Yeah, yeah.
Why does the house have to face the camera? Why can't it be sideways?
Yeah, some things are blocked, you know, like you have to, like I've had to move trees and rocks and stuff. I was like, oh, there's stuff hiding behind this house I would have never found.
Yeah. It's just they need some quality of life. It was fun for 3 months dicking around because there was nothing else going on for me. But those little
Mhm.
annoyances start to become real big annoyances when you start to terraform your island.
Mhm.
And those little events they're not enough. And I don't know if they're gonna have a big DLC. So I don't know if that game gets DLC. Like paid DLC, something to bring people back. I don't know.
Paid DLC.
Yeah, like a little expansion pack.
Why?
You
I
know,
just hope the DLCs they keep rolling out are free.
I
Or the
hope so.
updates.
Or at least they're sizable. But I don't know. We'll see. The bigger thing is game development has pretty much slowed down. So whatever you're seeing now has been in the pipeline for a while. So
Hopefully they have more stuff in the works though.
yeah, hopefully, but they're not gonna say anything. This year has been weird for all things. But have you been having fun?
Yeah. I still like the game. I log in every day. I like it. You know, I cheesed it like once or twice with the time, but I don't use it to like duplicate items or anything. Still buying turnips. Yeah, I like the game. Gonna keep playing it.
Yeah, if anybody's just now getting into Animal Crossing, I would suggest not using it like I did because you will burn
Mm-hmm.
out real quick.
Right. Yeah, I've had a couple friends that have picked it up, you know, like more recently, and I've been like, let me help you. You know, it makes me so excited. I'm like, let me give you shit and give you a ladder or a vaulting pole just to make the beginning much easier because the beginning's kind of slow. So
The
it's a
beginning
bit,
is rough.
yeah, it's not like I guess a little bit of a learning curve, but then there's also, it's so vague with you. Like, you're like, oh shit, the weapons break. What? You know, that's real tough in the beginning because you have shitty weapons. They break all the time.
Yeah, like Zelda. I hated that.
I didn't mind it.
I really hated it. But I don't know. I play games a different way. You know what I mean? Like if I can get an advantage, I'm gonna take that shit.
Yeah,
100%.
you got to stay off the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoy the game.
Um, we already talked about Gunfire Reborn. It's cool. Try it out. Destiny 2
Yeah. What about
dropped
it?
an update, I think last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had the realization that Destiny 2 always had fun gunplay, like the gun firing and the skills and shit like that. It's always been cool. My problem is that they have no in between. It's always like everything at once and you can burn through it in like a week, or we're gonna fucking hold everything out for 30 days or 90 days or something like that. I hate that shit. I hate both of them. I hate it so much. But I decided to play it again,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna play it slow and casual. How they intended to be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Even solo, because it's intended to be played co-op, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know many people that play the game. There's a few people that I know that play it, and
Mm-hmm.
I really don't care to do LFG shit. But my gaming habits have changed. Have your gaming habits changed?
Mm,
This like 3-4 month span?
yeah, I found games that I really like Luigi's Mansion and Animal Crossing. So I've been really hooked on those.
Yeah, but like your habits. Have you played more? Have you played less? Just about the same?
More.
I've been playing less. Less and less gaming for me.
Right.
I don't know, I get tired and I like sit here and veg out. But yeah, it's been fun. At this point you can't take them serious
Mm-hmm.
as before. You just got to take it for what it is. And it's a casual game at this point. To me, at least. So, with that mindset, I've been having a decent amount of fun. But the funniest thing is, and the reason why I wanted to mention it is because they patched something over the weekend. And this is Destiny 2 in a nutshell. For the past, like, I don't know, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
The most efficient way to level up, I shit you not, was to not play the game.
Why?
Because you can AFK farm in a forge, and it would keep giving you the materials for the season and keep giving you engrams that passively leveled you up every single time. That was the most efficient way to level up. And you know, you've been there. You know the internal fighting between the haves and the have-nots about a
Mm-hmm.
certain Destiny issue, and it was spicy. It was funny as hell. But I did it. Ban me if you want. I really don't give a fuck. Um, yeah, that was the most efficient way to play the game, is to not play it at all. Just sit in a forge, leave your game on all night. There you go. You got up 20 power by doing absolutely nothing. That's Destiny in a nutshell for me.
GG.
Yeah. In massive news, Fortnite has a new season,
Mm-hmm.
and no one cares. Next, Pokemon Snap.
I keep forgetting about Fortnite.
That game needs to die in a fire. Are you hyped for Pokemon Snap?
I mean, you just like told me about it today, so yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, this is like dude, they're digging in the vault. This is like 20 years ago. 20 plus years ago. When did Pokemon Snap 1 come out? Fucking old. 1999. So Pokemon Snap is getting remastered? Remade? Something like that? Nobody knows. It was just announced
We'll
today.
see. Like you said, I was really excited, and then it was like, wait, it's called Pokemon Snap. You're supposed to take pictures of Pokemon, but there's no camera. Like we were assuming there was going to be some sort of AR, like there is in Pokemon Go. But I wonder if it's just going to be,
Gyroscope mechanics where you could just like move it around or whatever.
or perhaps like the other game, just
The original, right? With the N64.
taking pictures in the game.
Yeah, if they try to charge $60 for this, big oof.
There's well, we'll see what the functionality and the gameplay is like. Yeah, I don't know. I want to take pictures of Pokemons, and I've liked every other major release that they've had and the remakes. So the other thing I'm thinking of is the camera modes in the games are very good. Like really excellent. Like in Legend of Zelda or the Breath of the Wild and in Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion as well. Like they really build in the camera mechanics. So I just bet Nintendo's about to somehow build on that.
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
I guess it could work. It doesn't necessarily have to have a camera. I think AR shit is gimmicky anyway. It works for certain things, but I've had AR on my phone for I don't know 2-3 years or something like that. I've never used
Mm-hmm.
it ever. I do hope somebody mentioned on Twitter. I forgot who it was. They were talking about the Labo stuff
Yeah.
and how they might use that, which looks cool. I guess it's like a little VR like cardboard thing, and they have like little slots for the Joy Cons. So I guess to simulate motion or like track you or something like that. That would look
Yeah.
cool.
I hope it's not that the Labo wonky and it's cardboard.
Yeah, but that's $80, and I would not pay $80 for fucking cardboard. I'm so sorry. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does come with something, I don't know, maybe a plastic thing, maybe that might be cool. That's more for kids, though. I think, at least.
The Labo, yes.
Yeah, just like the peripheral of like slotting your Nintendo Switch in there and having the Joy-Cons in there. That seems like it's for kids. Who knows? There's no release date for this at all, so assuming I don't know, maybe sometime next year.
Okay.
May.
I'm ready.
Yeah, there's a ton. I think there's a ton of games coming out this year. I think Paper Mario's coming out in July, which is
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
like a month away or so. That's gonna be cool. I'm gonna pick that up. PS5 had their thing, and to me, it's not about the console. I really don't give a shit about the console. But they unveiled a couple of new games that I'm excited for. Resident Evil 8 is coming
Mm-hmm.
out.
Nightmare Fuel.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed 7. I played 7 and I streamed that. Yes, thinking about streaming. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, what? When was your last stream?
Year ago?
Oh, wow.
Maybe a little bit longer.
That's what it feels like for me too, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Feeling better and better and hoping to be back to streaming like within a week.
Yeah, for me though, it's like let's talk about that for a second. Back in like 2015 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I wanted. That's the thing that I wanted. Listen, I was 25 years old, stupid, broke. I was set on that. I was
Mm-hmm.
super into like Destiny. Double stupid. Um, so I did it and approached it that way, but then I just burnt. Like I burnt the fuck out. And at some
Yeah.
point, it was like, dude, you got no money. You need a job.
And this
And
was before Twitch like allowed monetization, right? Like
yeah, this was living on
bits.
people's good will, put it that way. And yeah, I didn't like the fact that I didn't like donations. I didn't like that whole exchange thing. It made me feel dirty. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
relying on people for anything. I'm more willing to give you than to ask.
Yeah.
And then
It's
Twitch.
a fine line to keep the like monetization of your creative hobby just a hobby, to not like feel added pressure from people very generously giving you money as you sit there.
Yeah, it creates this dynamic with some people. And to be honest with you, most like 80% of the people you're basically babysitting, you're babysitting adults. That's how I took it at least. Yeah, Twitch has changed drastically since I guess like the affiliate program, and I don't know. There's just something dirty to me about like the monetization of your hobby. And I play video games to like escape reality, not
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about numbers and if I'm going to eat because of it. And
So
then,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So if you consider coming, if you do come back to streaming, you'll think you'll not monetize your channel, like
No,
turn down the affiliate program.
I'll leave the affiliate program for the emotes, but as far as like donations or whatever, no, not at all.
Okay, so you're okay with subscriptions and like bits, but not donations.
Yeah, at your discretion with the whole bits and emotes or whatever, the subscription, but at least you're getting something for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no ads, especially is the big one.
Yeah.
Like if you spend time there, yeah, pay to not have the ads.
Yeah,
Those
and the
ads
whole
are awful.
and the whole like I had a chargeback situation. I think when we first did lower bit rate, maybe like 4 years ago, one person had tried to charge back $150 to me. I won it eventually. Tried to come back and act like nothing happened. And I think I scolded them live.
I remember that.
Oh, that pissed me off. But yeah, the idea of like me playing a BR or like let's just say I'm into a game, right? Complete fantasy situation. Let's just say I blow up playing what's a game I hate? Fortnite, right? And then it becomes a job. And then I realized like a year or two down the line that I don't like Fortnite anymore. But nobody would watch anything else. So I'm obligated and forced to play a game that I fucking hate because I have to put food on the table.
Yeah, it's a bit of a corner you paint yourself into.
Right. It's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So I'm gonna approach it if I do decide. I've been slowly creating the scenes or whatever. If I approach it, it's just gonna be for fun. That's it. Anything comes of it, oh well.
Yeah, just have a good time. I mean, that's what I say it on this podcast. Like, hey, we're having a good time. Hope you are as well. We're here for fun.
Yeah, I'm just tired of like sitting in front of my screen alone, mouth open, drooling, playing games. So that's why I think it'll be a good idea. Yeah, so I did stream Resident Evil 7. I enjoyed that. I'm not. You like horror games?
No.
Me either. But I'm dumb and I put myself into these situations to play horror games. This one looks good. And there's a couple of other ones that they unveiled that look okay.
Yeah. Even BioShock, like the BioShocks freaked me out. Because there were jump scares in those.
Yeah, the first two. Yeah, that shit's creepy. With the big daddies and the little sisters.
Yeah. Well, the splicers. Those were the scary thing.
You know that they released that on the Switch?
No. That's cool.
$50 collection of the BioShock series, which I think is all three of them. And then Borderlands 1, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and Borderlands 2 all DLC for $50 as well. I'm surprised they fucking put that on there. I'm surprised the Switch doesn't blow up when you play that.
Yeah. It was impressive. The Switch can handle it. It's not new hardware. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, so attached to that was the PS5 thing. Let's just get it out of the way. I'm not purchasing it. Are you gonna purchase it?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
Why?
I mean, yeah, a throwback at you. Why? Like, I have a gaming PC and I do have an Xbox that just sits there and I have my Switch. Like I'm good. You know, I used to be only on console, but you know, I just don't need it right now.
Sure.
I don't see myself needing it.
So they unveiled 2 different versions of it. This version and then the GameStop sweating version, the digital only one. Yeah, it's rumored that this thing is supposed to be like super expensive, like $600 plus. I think Play Asia put up a placeholder price of 700. I was like, motherfucker, what? $700? You give me the number to your dealer, please. I want to know what the fuck you're smoking, dude. I don't think that's the price. I hope that's not the price. But for me personally, I like mouse and keyboard. I know once you learn that, you're good to go. Even if you don't, you can still play on a controller. I'm not paying you $60 a year for the permission to use the internet I pay $80 a month for. No. Absolutely not. There's more.
Do you think?
What?
Do you think consoles are over? Because those, you know, these are all really valid points.
That's a good question.
We've debated this in the past too, like the cost of a gaming PC versus the cost of a console. Like, why? You know, I guess if you want to use it as like a streaming device, like really a home entertainment hub. But I'm like,
you know, I don't think consoles will be done, and I'll tell you why. Because there's people that walk this earth that want something that just works right outside the box.
Yeah.
And there's other people that want to build their computer and, you know, have a hand in making it. And yes, PC gaming is expensive. It can be expensive. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. Right now, a friend of mine came into some money, and he's a console gamer. He has been for a long time. We played all the console games when they came out 15 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm building him a PC, but it's kind of hard because there's no parts or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But there's levels to it. You can make something that's a little bit above a console for a little bit above the console price. But then you could also be like me, who has $1,000 graphics card in his computer for no fucking reason at all.
Because you can.
Because you can, yes. So there's levels to it. So don't be intimidated. There are options. I mean, just like how the consoles come pre-made, there are computers that you can get that are pre-made as well. You're going to be paying a little bit more. You don't have a hand in it. I personally enjoy building PCs. The PC that I have now looks fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there'll always be a market for consoles.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think people should play on PC. And that's not being elitist or anything like that. Just the money you save by buying games, like those fire sales, you'll gain that money back eventually.
Yeah, you'll get it's just a better deal. But yeah, it takes a little bit more research, maybe like one more step, but man, I feel like people are really knowledgeable about computers and games now.
Yeah, it's definitely taken I would say within the last maybe like 2 years or so, the enthusiast market for PC stuff has like skyrocketed. Like your custom keyboards, your mice, whole bunch of stuff. There's levels to it. You don't have to be like everybody else that has, you know, I've seen keyboards go up to like $600, $700, $800. But that's with everything, right?
Yeah.
You could buy like fresh caviar that's like, you know, $1,000 a scoop.
Yeah, I agree.
There's levels to it, but you know, you could build a decent PC, especially with the AMD stuff going around. The AMD stuff is so good. You can get
Is
a
it?
deal.
Okay.
A deal.
I just worry about stability and compatibility.
Did we talk about
I
my RAM
don't.
last week?
I think so. I'm like, I just don't need any problem.
I don't remember when I got the RAM, but yeah, I was having a couple of like blue screen issues. And I got new RAM sticks and gone. Fixed it.
Yeah. Okay. I just want it to work. Like.
See, and that's the issue, right? Like my background is in computers, so I could pretty much like piece together and realize what the fuck is going wrong. Many people can't do that.
Right.
Like that's why mechanics exist.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, that was my comparison. It's like the car I buy. I just want something stable, keep it out of the shop. Most bang for my buck. Very reliable. I don't want anything that's like delicate or requires special parts or like additional knowledge. Like I'm just not a car enthusiast in that way. I like computers, but my knowledge is limited, so I want to be able to fix it if something goes wrong. I don't want to have like big complicated problems that are over my pay grade.
Yeah. But again, the internet is a vast place. On the opposite side, I don't have any mechanic experience, but I've learned YouTube is the best university when it comes to learning shit online.
Yeah, that's really true. People have like been able to learn skills for their job and gotten raises and stuff.
Yeah, that's how I learned. Well, one, I was like thrown into the fucking fire by my family member, which was like, yo, I'm not fixing this for you, bro. Fix it yourself. So how I did it, I would just watch YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video until it's stuck in my head. And I still do that because I have some things to do in my car. And I don't want to pay for the parts. So I'm just watching YouTube videos. But yeah, you could learn anything. I mean, I would argue that building a computer is a little bit easier than fixing your car. But
I mean, I guess it depends on what your skills are.
Yeah, I could be a little biased.
Computers are very delicate.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to ground yourself if you're working on your car.
I don't ground myself when I'm working on my computer.
Oh. I too like to live dangerously.
Yeah, I don't have carpet, so.
Yeah, I'm on carpet, so I just like take basic precautions. I don't have like grounding gloves or whatever you wear.
Yeah, I've never done that. Living life dangerously. Yeah, PS5. It's supposed to come out this year. I think maybe it's gonna be limited. So if you want one, pre-order that shit ASAP. Yeah, if you want one,
get on it. I wonder what kind of more exclusive games are coming. Sony always does that.
They unveiled Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it's like a sequel.
That's what I was thinking of because that was like a huge success for them.
I just don't see the need to get a console so early because in like 3 years they're gonna make a updated version, like how they did the Switch. And then it's probably gonna be like $100 cheaper.
I'm happy with my Switch though.
Yeah, I mean, I still have the Animal Crossing one because people were trying to lowball me, not having it. But the idea has crossed my mind to like switch over to the new battery one, but I really don't give a fuck about the Wii, not the Wiimotes, the Joy-Cons or whatever.
Yeah.
I really don't care for the colors. It is what it is. I'm not that type of person.
Yeah, people go nuts for that. I mean, I guess if that's your like aesthetic, people like must have.
Yeah. Last of Us 2 comes out Friday the 19th, 2 days from now. When this episode would be released. People are hype. Has a 96 on Metacritic.
Yeah, I'm curious, like chime in listeners. First of all, thanks for listening. But will you be getting the PS5? Are you going to get The Last of Us 2? Let us know. I'm really curious, who's picking up these games because I know there's console players.
There's a lot of console players. A lot of thumb warriors. Yeah, people are saying this is like a masterpiece. I don't see it. We'll talk about it next week when I finally spoil it for myself. I don't know. We'll talk about it next week. But yes, it's coming out. Reminder.
Do you think there'll be multiple endings for this one? Because people were really hoping that for the first one, like added DLC with more endings.
No, Neil Druckmann is not that type of dude.
Okay.
He's not that. He doesn't have that finesse. We got debated and we thought it was the summer sale, but it's not on Steam.
Yeah, on Steam, I opened it up just to see, what was going on, any sales, and I thought it was a Steam summer sale, but it's something called like Steam Game Festival Summer Edition. I was wondering why none of my games on my wish list were on sale, but SpongeBob was 10% off, so I went ahead and bought that. I was like, all right, fine. Anyone want to play some SpongeBob? Let me know.
It comes out in like 5 days. Yeah, Bikini Bottom. That's gonna be big. Especially I don't know why people are hype about it, but whatever. Yeah, but this thing is weird. It's you could chat with the devs, which always goes well, right? Demos and live streams. So
some devs do it well, like Rare. Rare does community really well, in my opinion. Like with Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Very positive. But it's an MMO light. I don't know. I'm like, come on. Well, famous last words. How toxic can SpongeBob get?
I think people are home and it's gonna be extra toxic. I've seen people shitpost everywhere on everything.
Or it could be like Animal Crossing, right? And be really positive mostly. One can hope.
This is like a hub where you could see like new demos, like curated demos for you. Like they're showing me, what are they showing me? Everspace 2, Riftbreaker, Haven, Ghost Runner, and the Survivalists.
Yeah, I went through those. I was looking for maybe like a fun platformer, but no, they're different types of games.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate this shit is, but yeah, if you want to discover a game, you can
check out over and see if you're interested in any of the demos. They have this like highlight page of different indie stuff you can download and try. But it's nice the way they have it all assembled. Like I just was able to just scroll my mouse down and watch gameplay for each game very quickly as I hovered over it. I was like, way to go.
Yeah, this makes me think that they're gearing up for a Steam sale though. So possibly next week we might have one.
Really glad I bought my games now.
I don't think I'm gonna buy anything from the Steam sale. There would have to be a game that came out relatively recently that I missed out on.
What about Deep Rock Galactic?
That, yes. If that's like $20, I'll get it.
Mm-hmm. Is it 40 or 30 full price?
30 full price. But they seem like the people to put a sale on.
Yeah, small one though, like SpongeBob.
Yeah, $20, maybe 25. I'll bite on it. 15 ideally, but that's just me being fucking cheap.
Yeah, let me know if you pick it up. I mean, that could be a fun one to stream. If it goes on sale too, then the player base will increase,
Yeah. I think more people getting this game would be positive for them because it's been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, it just makes each game more fun, easier to find players you can play alone that will like jump in because it's difficult to solo. I know players do it, respect to you, but I don't know. Maybe you'll wind up soloing it just for the challenge.
Forever alone.
You'll keep busy forever though. It's like endless little quests and things to complete. So cosmetics to chase.
PC Gaming Show. Did you watch this?
No.
I did. It's fucking boring.
It always is.
No, but like,
it's never exciting. Like anytime I've tuned into it at E3, I've been like, well, this is a bit of a snooze. You know, they do it like Nintendo style. They really take their time. Like, I'll
yeah,
just read the highlights later.
yeah, it was a slog for me. Like, I'm not one with the cringe, so I'm like, it is what it is. Most of the games that they were showing, I really didn't give a shit about.
Hmm.
I think the only game I'm really hyped for, like really, really hyped for, is Elden Ring, the FromSoft game with George R.R. Martin.
I remember that announcement. Yeah. Did they show any more content
I
or
don't
give
think
an
they did.
announcement? Oh, yeah. We would have heard about that.
Yeah, that would have been plastered all over the internet. There hasn't been anything about that game, but
George,
that's the one I'm.
yeah. What's George been fucking up to? There's nothing to do besides sit at home. Like, he doesn't have any excuse now to be like buying movie theaters or doing who knows what with his time.
That motherfucker still hasn't put out The Winds of Winter.
Yeah, that's never coming, I think.
I don't know what he's doing.
Right? No one does. We're like, George, what are you doing? I mean, he's spending all his Game of Thrones money. Maybe he's working on this game now. Who knows?
Yeah. Yikes.
That ending too. Everyone's like, George, what are you doing? Like, what did you allow to happen?
Well, apparently, he gave up some control, or there was something in their contract, Dumb and Dumber's contract, that gave them control over the like how they did it. And you know what? I don't blame Dumb and Dumber. I blame HBO. Because
Right.
HBO should have fucking stepped in after season 7 and be like, okay, let's get the other guy, I forget his name, to write this shit because you guys have no idea what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Or
Yeah.
just, this is gonna upset fans. Like, how did you not see that coming, and why didn't you care? For like one of your biggest series of all time, like the popularity up there with The Wire, and
Probably
The
even more.
Sopranos. Yeah. Yep, it became mainstream. Like, those just kind of tapped mainstream at the time they were being released. But HBO rose in popularity. You know, like 10. How many people watched each of these episodes? That's right, co-host.
10 million? 20 million?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yes. Oh my god, it's a lot of people.
Thanks, co-host.
Yeah. So, fuck HBO. They still keep sending me little things. I'm back. HBO Max. Get HBO Max now. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Get back on the sauce.
No, thank you.
I found some things to watch in HBO Max, though. It's another streaming service, so you know.
I actually got a 1-year trial of Apple TV Plus. So I've been going through. I'm gonna try to see if there's any like exclusive shows on there. And check those out. But before we start talking about TV, PAX Online.
Yeah, PAX. I got an email. PAX West was canceled, like we predicted. And now it's become PAX Online, and it starts September 12th, and it runs 9 days, and it's all streaming 24/7.
That's weird. 24/7 is a little weird. I understand about having blocks or whatever, but are they just gonna rerun it? I don't know. But good on them for coming to their senses. Did they say anything about like monetization on it, or no?
No. Oh shit! Wait. Okay, no. I saw this thing that said, when do badges go on sale? They don't. PAX Online will be free and open to the public. If you can access the internet, you can go to PAX Online. Yeah, there's going to be 3 channels, literally nonstop content running nonstop each and every day.
3 channels? Oh God.
Yeah. So I guess esports is included in that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think they'll try to sell some sort of like virtual goodie bag or something. Maybe like merch.
Yeah, because I'm sure they have merch made.
Well, yeah. I think those things go in months in advance. Are you hyped for this?
It says, "Oh no, what about merch?" Thought about this one a lot, and it turns out we can just sell merch on the internet, like in italics.
Oh, they're being condescending about it, little fucking shits.
But that is kind of obvious. Come on, like you can buy merch online.
Yeah, but they got some like flack about wanting to do, what was it, PAX West? We'll see. I had something snarky to say. Are you hyped for this?
Yes. Sounds like there'll be a lot to watch. I mean, that schedule is going to be insane.
Right.
I'm really curious how they're going to do this because the content is not going to be coming from one place. Like if it's running 24/7.
I wonder if they'll let people restream it, like kind of like how E3 does. Maybe have like a little watch parties. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe you could like do like a little Discord party or something like that. Watch the stream or whatever. Like
yeah, the 24/7 aspect of it though is like, why?
I'm sure they'll have like a schedule and you could like pick and choose what you want to see. It could be cool. I don't like the condescending cunt that fucking wrote the thing, but whatever. As long as as long as there's something and as long as people are being safe, because it ain't looking too good.
I just kind of like it because PAX West was like so expensive and such a major thing. I could never do it. It was so far away. You know, it's in this like corner of the United States where it rains all the time. I'm like,
where was it, in Seattle?
Yes.
Yeah, Seattle was expensive.
Yeah. I was just like, it's just really satisfied with going to the South every year. It's very inexpensive. San Antonio is an expensive city. Texas, you know, compared to Seattle, just food is less, drinks are less, hotels are less. But PAX West was just this major thing. It was 4 days long. And I could never go, you know, it'd definitely be a dream trip. But now I'm like, I get to go to PAX West.
That's cool. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
As if the world is still standing by September.
Yeah. Maybe we could have like lower bit rate,
like watch parties.
You know, watch parties. Yeah, work it out.
Yeah, we could do that. Movie night. We saw Moonlight. Next movie is Green Book.
Yeah.
The original movie for this week.
No comment.
Someone got confused.
Well, anyway, Moonlight, you know, is an excellent film, but Green Book, holy shit, is also an excellent film in my opinion, but is funny. Moonlight was not funny.
No, it was not. Let's talk about funny stuff first.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, Moonlight will be last.
Space Force, I finished it. Kind of weak towards the end, a little bit. It got a little too fucking ridiculous. Little too ridiculous. But I mean, I guess, what do you expect from something called Space Force? It ended in like a little cliffhanger thing, which was pretty cool. So maybe there'll be a season 2 if Netflix greenlights it, or if anybody's able to record TV shows or movies again. But the main one that I want to talk about, and we've both seen, is Upload. Upload, you know, I thought about this after I saw it. This guy looks so familiar. The main guy from Upload, and he's Steve Amell's brother. The guy from Arrow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's why
It
he
was
looks so familiar.
bothering me so much. I don't
Yeah,
like
the
to look
name
up.
too. Yeah.
I don't like to look up shows because I don't want to get any spoilers or anything like that. Like the last thing I need is to look up a character's name and they say dead episode X, and
Yeah.
then it pisses me off. So I was wondering like where he was from. Um, do you like him as the main character?
Yeah, I do. He's really charismatic. I think he played the role really well, where it's a bit of a red herring that you see him as this like uh nerd bro and a bit of a meathead,
Yeah.
but then you really see that he's actually a good person.
He made a couple of mistakes, but yeah, by and large, he is a good person. One of my favorite characters is Andy Allo. She plays.
Who's that?
She plays the representative from the company.
The boss?
No, the other one, Nora.
Oh, his angel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she is. She's. I think she's an artist, like a music artist that's just now
Oh.
getting into like TV movie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this one was, besides Black Lightning and Chicago Fire, this was her big, um, like coming out.
Yeah, this is a big
Acting
role for her.
thing.
I mean, she's like, it's like her and Amnell, as the main characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoyed this thing. I mean,
It's on, and what platform is it on? Amazon?
Amazon Prime, yeah.
Yeah, I'd really recommend giving it a watch because it's sci-fi and it's very close in the future. I think only 4 years in the future.
No, about 13.
It's 20. No, I thought it was 2024. Okay, never mind.
I might be I might be thinking about Space Force. It's in the future sometime.
Okay, soon. But I just liked it. It's funny. You sympathize with the characters. You like the characters. My favorite character, yeah, the main characters are great. Everyone's really good, even the like annoying boss. But my favorite character, she was on one of those comedy competition shows. It's Nora's friend, so like the angel that sits right next to her in the office.
Yeah.
Her name is Zainab, and she's such a unique name, so I remembered it. And I was like, I like that they've cast people. Like, yes, they've cast actors, but it seems like they've also cast comedians and I guess a music star. So, I like it. She's very funny.
All of them are funny. A lot of the side characters, like the 1960s person, the army vet, the kid. Yeah, they all bring something unique. It was a fun watch. It was really a fun watch. There was a lot of themes that kind of like brought it back to other shows like Black Mirror, like Striking Vipers, which is one of the episodes in season 5, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is about VR and falling in love with someone via VR.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but
That's true.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Just any show that predicts like what an afterlife would be like in the future, and then the big question of like, will we be able to upload, download, save our consciousness? Like it's like computer memory, right? Like,
yeah. And the monetization of it too.
They constantly, yes, and they constantly talk about like how like apps are so intrusive in the future, like even more so. And then what was I gonna say? Yeah, well, it's gone.
Like the advertisements, like the cheesy gordita. Yeah. Do ads affect you? Like, do you watch an ad and you're like, fuck, I need to have that?
No.
Me either. I think the last time that an ad affected me was in 1998 when I saw the Game Boy Color fucking thing on TV. Like, whoa. holy shit, I need this. I was like 8 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, when I get promoted tweets and all these like fucking weird ads, I roll my eyes. I'm like, come on, where's the skip button?
Yeah.
I didn't like the way it ended. I think that was a too big of a cliffhanger. You really learn nothing towards the end, and
so each episode is short and funny and lighthearted, but then there's this undercurrent, through every episode where they're trying to solve a little actually a big mystery, having to do with the main character and his past life and now his current life. So yeah, I think I like how it explores like what is death,
Yeah.
Like death is a part of life, but a death is different through like time periods and through different cultures. So just seeing like predicting what in the future, what death will be.
Yeah, I thought it was funny as hell that you're like in this cool lake afterlife people, and then you could tell like there's different servers and a whole bunch of people being in the fucking lake. Is like, you see, there's like 1 million people in that lake. The frame rate tanked. I'm like, what?
I like that. That was funny.
Yeah.
And then I like that I don't like how they stick to routines, in the afterlife, like to keep them from becoming like mindless and aimless.
Mm-hmm.
So how much they simulate, like they want in death to simulate life. I like it.
Yeah, that's where all like the food comes in, because really they don't really need to eat food, but they need to have some semblance of like normalcy.
What I remembered what I was going to say too is there's, in addition to the discussion of what is death, what is life, like what does it mean to be alive, what does it mean to be dead, and then it also discusses too a lot like what is real, like what does it mean, what is reality, what does it mean to be real, if you can interact with a reality, does that make you real,
Right.
Yeah, we don't get those questions answered. It's just brought up a lot. I like it.
Yeah, if you're gonna see Black Mirror, that episode Striking Vipers touches on that. Like what happens in the virtual world, would it apply to the real world? Who knows? But yeah, I enjoyed it.
It speaks to the power of simulation too, because it's predicting how much a simulated reality can affect our reality, and then you start asking questions like, am I really living? If I'm am I real if I'm interacting with such a virtual world? Like, is anything around me real? Like,
yeah, it's like, I don't want to get into it, but it's like getting like catfished. Like you fall for someone online who's not really real.
But they're real to you. You have valid experiences, which shapes your reality. So, yeah, it's a good debate.
Yeah. All right, check it out. It's pretty cool. Let's get depressed now.
Yes. So we watched Moonlight, which is a great movie. It won an Oscar, right?
Won multiple.
As it should have. It was really good. But woo, heavy.
Yeah, this is a story about a young black kid coming up in Miami-Dade County, Florida.
Really? I thought it was LA.
Nope, that's Miami.
Dang.
So, like, and it's true because you've never lived in Florida, right?
No.
Have you ever been to South Beach?
Yes.
About a mile or two from South Beach is the fucking hood. Take 2 wrong turns and you're in the hood.
You're right. I walked around Miami, but we were guided by a local, a friend that lives there. And same thing. It was like, here's Little España, like, all these like adorable neighborhoods we walked through on to get to South Beach. And then the beach is right there, obviously. So we went to the beach. But, the friend was like, don't turn that way.
Yep.
Like, just how rapidly we walked through different neighborhoods. It was like a mini New York.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's very accurate.
Hmm.
There's a lot of poor people. There's a lot of drugs down there. Even if
Mm-hmm.
not in Miami, just in Florida in general. There's really
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do there besides get arrested, do drugs, and fuck like rabbits. That's it.
They go to the beach a lot. I mean,
That doesn't count. People like that don't like. I don't go to. I don't go to the Statue of Liberty every
yeah.
weekend. You know what I mean? Like you get desensitized to that shit.
I mean, that's very true. But like how many New Yorkers have been to a Broadway show? How many New Yorkers, like you said, have been to Ellis Island or like to the top of the Empire State Building? Just all these, must do things, must see events in New York. But yeah, I don't know. I
Maybe
grew
the
up in New
beach is
Jersey.
different.
Yeah, I grew up in New Jersey, and that was my point. Like, yes, we went to the shore. I didn't live on the beach or near the beach. Perhaps if I lived on the beach and grew up there, like I wouldn't be going to the beach. But yes, growing up in New Jersey, the state is mostly coastline. So yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah. So this movie focuses on a lot of things. Focuses on,
Mm-hmm.
on drug use, um, minorities coming up without a dad, the abuse that kids go through while going through school, especially that's amplified when that kid might be gay, lesbian, transsexual, whatever the case may be,
Just
minority group.
yeah, people get bullied just for being different, or
Right.
even for no reason at all. Like, why were they picking on? We were never given a reason why they were like, this kid is different or this kid is gay. Besides, he wouldn't fight back, right? Like they would really bully him, and poor kid would just take it.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is here too. I went to a really bad high school in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and it was always if nobody really fucked with you until they did, and if you let them fuck with you, they would keep on doing it. So you would have to nip that in the butt as soon as it happened, and then it stopped. That happened to me once. That kid got his ass beat. Never happened again. That's true, 100%. Um, so Chiron is the main character, and we go through 3 points of his life: younger Chiron, teenage Chiron, and adult Chiron. I want to say he's about like maybe 22 to 25 ish.
Yeah. Well, I realized a big reason of why he was picked on was his home life. His mom, like the kids would say, like, your mom's a crack whore, and yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was fiending for that rock, and that happens all too. It's too common. Basically, where he lived is like you could equate that to like the projects in down south. They don't really have projects like project buildings, like big buildings or whatever, but they have like little ghettos basically. It's kind of like it's very similar to The Wire and like how those areas function. And we see Juan, which is Mahershala Ali's character.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the highlight for the film for you?
Yeah, he was. Well, no, I'm a Janelle Monáe fan, so yeah, him and her were.
She's beautiful.
So, Mahershala Ali's character, he was the local kingpin, right? Like
Yes,
the
he was the drug
local
lord.
supplier. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird because you wouldn't expect somebody like that to be, I guess, kind or like wholesome to somebody. Because when we first see him, he's about to get his ass beat, Chiron, and he hides in a trap house, which is basically an abandoned apartment that people use to shoot up crack or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I called it like a dope hole or something.
Yeah. So he basically invites him to the house, and you get little slivers of what's happening, like why doesn't he want to go home, and that one hits really home for a lot of people because that happens far too often. Kids get beat. They have drug addict parents, alcoholic parents, and they just don't want to go home, so they just wander.
Yeah.
And bad shit happens.
Yeah, it was really, I think that was the most heartbreaking part, is that he had nowhere safe to go. Like, he was sleeping, in like the train station or something?
Yeah, he would ride the train. No, I think they moved. They had moved. Or something like that. And that's why he had to take the train to go back to... What's her name house?
Teresa,
yes.
Janelle Monáe's
Trish.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, so the second half of the film is where it really gets like really fucked up. And we realize that Juan has died. He's been dead for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
The life cycle of the drug kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of the second half? What would you think? What was more important?
Question.
Was it the very end when he snapped?
You mean when he snapped in high school and got arrested? Yeah, I think so. I think he finally had too much. That was the climax. He finally got pushed too far and exploded at the bully.
I'll give you a little backstory. When I lived in New Jersey at one point, and I went to a Catholic school. It was primarily African Americans there. So I would get made fun of and picked on every single day. I remember this one time, there was this kid named Gene. Gene, if you're listening, fuck you.
Fuck you, Gene.
And he said something to me. I basically had like, I was over it at this point. And I was sitting in the lunch line, and he came up to me to come bully me again. And he said, "Your mom's a bitch." I said, "What?" Say it again. He said, "Your mom's a bull." He didn't even get the itch out. I fucking rocked that kid in front of everybody in the lunchroom. I had fucking had it. I was over that shit. I was like, dude, you're gonna expel me? Expel me. At least this shit was over. He never did it again. And that's the moment where I was like, I can understand that, because he beat the shit out of that kid with a chair. And it's well deserved.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well deserved, because there was no reason for him to get picked on. He didn't even know he was gay.
Right.
He was still figuring himself out. And he had a moment with one of his, would you consider him a friend? Or an acquaintance?
Like his only friend, like the only friend, because the only person that wasn't cruel or ignored him in school.
Yeah.
Like, even the teachers were like, cut it out, like with the bullying, like just really weak against enforcing. Like, what the guy was doing by bullying Tyrone was technically a hate crime, because he was making it about homophobia.
Yeah.
So I guess just showing like how, I don't know, teachers have no power, they're overwhelmed, or they're burned out, or just how dangerous school can be.
Yeah. And this story is a tragedy, because Tyrone came up being the good kid, trying to do well, staying out of trouble, not trapping, not selling drugs, wearing pants that looked like fucking high waters on him, because his mom didn't take care of him. And he turns down the path, and he becomes the drug kingpin in the third act.
Yeah.
And then we find out that his friend Kenny went down that path, got arrested, had a kid.
Yeah.
And then is like trying to, live life on the straight and narrow. And that happens far too often. So many kids are not given the opportunity to escape that life. There's something called, I learned this in school like a decade ago. It's called the feminization of poverty. And it's a theory that if a mom is on welfare, that her kids, especially if she has a daughter, are going to be on welfare as well. And it compounds itself, so that family, that lineage, will never, ever, ever get off welfare, because there's no way possible for them to get off. The
Right.
likelihood of them getting pregnant before 16 is way high.
Mm-hmm.
And the cycle continues. There's no way
Yeah.
that they can climb up for that. And the same thing happens to these kids every single day. And this is why we're seeing the protests and everything like that. And that's why we wanted to watch this, because it's it's not quite like tongue in cheek, like heavy, like 12 Years a Slave is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a modernization of like showing you what the fuck is really going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very like real. Yeah, it's just reality, like what life is like for these kids.
Yeah. And
Yeah. How?
that I don't know if you so when Chiron came home,
Mm-hmm.
um his mom was like strung out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's lived in the hood knows about those fluorescent lights. Blinding
Mm-hmm.
fluorescent lights.
Yeah, it
That was
reminds me of my
there.
college dorm.
Yeah, those are in public housing. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's all they have is fluorescent lights. You look like you're in
Mm-hmm.
prison.
Mm-hmm.
It's a symbolic like imagery about like where he was at that time in that place.
Yeah.
And yeah, it when all was said and done watching this, I've seen this once
Yeah, me
before.
too. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was my first viewing.
This is my second. And it still made me sad after the fact.
Yeah.
I guess it has a happy ending. Um
Or just like a moment of just finally you see Chiron, who you've been sympathizing with this whole movie, tortured and bullied and picked on,
yeah.
even by his mom. Um Finally having a moment where someone loved him, right? Like I
I
think
think
that's
so.
what this movie is about is,
All he wanted to do is be accepted, and he was accepted by Juan and Teresa,
mhm,
and then I guess Juan was taken away from him. So he
mhm,
didn't really have that father figure, but they really harped on that at the very beginning of the film. Like he was telling people, like one of the things that stuck out to me was he made Chiron sit at the head of the table, stating that like in his own gangster way, like very Scarfacious, but like he was saying you sit here so that nobody can run up on you from your left or your right.
yeah,
So in his own way, he was trying to like be his dad, and I guess he kind of like went to that like he was magnetized towards that Chiron I'm speaking
mhm,
about,
yeah,
and you could tell that he was like proud of like being from Miami, like Miami Dade County. You know, a lot of people like they love where they come from, and in the third act of the film, he was in Atlanta, Georgia, and he became a drug kingpin. And you see how like um he interacts, and he's very like hard and cold. And there was a very big reveal, and they kind of like it was like under the radar when the guy in the car goes, "Oh, where the hose at?" And he's kind of like, "I don't know, where you tell me." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he didn't know because he's not interested. Um, and when he went back to Miami, so he gets a call from Kenny, the guy. That I guess we forgot the big reveal. He had an intimate moment with Kenny on the beach. Some sexual stuff going on. I guess that was his first.
yeah.
Um, but when he parks at the beach or wherever he is, on his license plate it says Black 305. 305 is the area code for Miami.
Oh, so he took the nickname.
He took the nick. They called him Black. Yeah,
No, just the one guy did.
yeah. So he took that as his like moniker. So, but it
Mhm.
tells me it's an Atlanta plate. So he lives in Georgia, but he put Black 305. So he's like the Miami guy. Like he takes some like pride in that. Um, at least that's how I took it.
Yeah, which is I don't know, surprising because it seemed like it was such hell for him.
Yeah.
You think you want to leave and not look back?
I think there was nothing for him there.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. Most of the people that he probably knew there are like dead or in jail. You even saw with
Agreed.
Kenny. He went to jail and he was still on probation.
Yeah.
And then you get the realization that like this guy's cold. He's he's been through the shit. He started over his life, remade himself to not repeat the mistakes of the past.
Yeah.
He's buff now. He's not skinny Chiron anymore. Buff Diesel.
Yeah, he grew up. Yeah, nobody fucks with him now.
And what did you think about the song choice in the diner?
Remind me what it was?
It was a love song. It was older-ish.
I forgot that moment. He picked something on the jukebox.
I think it's Sweet Dreams. No, it's Why Did You Call Me?
That's funny because Kevin had literally called him.
Where the hell is this?
The music was significant in the show because it was classical, and it was, there was like one rap song when Chiron was driving as an adult, but they just put this classical the score over, these scenes in these dangerous neighborhoods and in these tense moments when he would like argue with his crackhead mom or, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's called Sweet Dreams. Might be wrong. But I don't know. That was like a very intimate moment. Like he kind of like played that song specifically. He was like, oh, it was a very like romantic song. But it was like this kind of like back and forth. You know what I mean? Like they asked each other questions. Like at this point, you think he accepted who he is? Chiron specifically?
I don't think so because, like you said, he hasn't been touched since that moment they were together on the beach.
He said, "No other man has touched me."
Oh, I thought he said no one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
at the very
that's
end,
a great question.
At the very end, he's like, I don't know, he's like vulnerable. And I think he's like finally at least accepting of it. The fact that, this guy, Kenny, 10 years later came back, and to me, it was a very, I don't know, it was a very like out of body experience. You know what I mean? To like look at that and just put yourself in Chiron's shoes, like looking around like, is this really fucking happening? But to me, it's the tragedy of that story is that I'm pretty sure Juan wouldn't have wanted the trap life for Chiron.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he ended up in.
I mean, he seems pretty comfortable and stable though.
Yeah, but it's never comfortable and stable. Always. Okay. Always some stupid shit happens. Have you ever seen The Wire? Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck
Omar
you, Marlo.
Coming.
Yo, Omar. Omar is. We have to talk about The Wire at some point, but Omar is my favorite character from The Wire. I love Omar. Yeah, any final thoughts? I enjoyed this film. I wouldn't see it again because I don't want to depress myself constantly.
Yeah, sorry I made you watch it again.
No, that's fine. But what'd you think? Any last words?
Nope, I'm looking forward to Green Book next week. Also deals with, Black culture and the history of, Black oppression in America and segregation, and also deals with gay issues. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we went on a roll. I don't know if we're going to continue this all Pride Month. I think there's how many weeks left? One more
every
week.
month. Oh, okay.
One more week, and we'll be July 1st in 2 weeks. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see. I think I have an idea of what we could watch in July. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, thanks for listening to episode 30. Wow. Big
30.
3-0.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.